I finally got some new ignition coils. I don't have my DSLR, so this isn't going to be the best video quality. Last time you saw this, it was kind of stuck in the garage, which is just over there. Getting the whole serpentine belt debacle taken care of. And now, I wanted to address something that I've had for a long time. I've had this weird misfire that kind of happens before the oil's really up to temp, but even though the coolant's at operating temp, I get a strong misfire that will shut down some cylinders every time I do a pull. I tried changing a couple of coils and it helped a bit, but this time I'm just going to go with the new Precision Raceworks coils. And I'll be taking these old ones off, which entails removing this whole plastic loom thing and obviously popping these off and putting the new ones on. Before I get started with taking the old ones off, I'm going to assemble the new coils together in that bracket that it comes with. Excuse the messy workspace. So this is the bracket that the coils get fixed to. The coils come in all these little boxes, 6 of them in total, of course. So this is what they look like. They're pretty much very similar to AEM smart coils. So we'll just be installing them on this bracket with some included hardware right here. Keeping orientation in mind, this is kind of how they go. The shallower end over here goes right up there and then secured by those bolts. The coil's loosely installed now. I just need a 10mm to go ahead and tighten these nuts down. I'm not going to torque them too much, probably only like maybe 5 or 6 foot-pounds, because if you're tightening to plastic, there's always the risk of cracking it, and nobody wants to do that. Coils are all tightened up, secure, and man, this is a nice looking piece. Since I don't have the engine cover on, this I guess really isn't a full DIY because I'd have to show you taking off the engine cover and such. I don't think I'm going to take off the whole wiper cowl because I don't believe I need to for this install. And I don't have the engine cover on right now because I replaced these silicone vacuum lines when I did the valve cover. And I cut this one a bit short, so I can't really even put the cover back on if I wanted to, unless I go and get some more tubing. So for now, I'm just going to pop off all 6 of these coils. And when you're working on the electrical system of your vehicle, it's always a good idea to unplug the battery, the negative side of the battery, so you don't get any issues. Sorry for the noisy FedEx truck in the background. So to take these out, you just kind of flip that up, pull those out gently. And if you already have dielectric grease on here, these will come out easy. If you don't, and I don't think I did when I put them back on because I was kind of in a rush, yeah, just going to have to wiggle and work them out a little bit. Coils are out. Next up is 2 12mm bolts securing this whole harness, or wiring loom plastic cover harness thing, and capacitor coming out. My mistake, these are actually 2 10mm bolts. Some people have E10 on theirs. This is just how mine came, with 2 standard 10mm bolts. That's what I'm going to be taking out. Now I've got to work loose all these top wires, including this little capacitor there. To finish getting these off, you're going to have to cut the zip tie there, and there might be another one hidden back there. At this point, this bigger harness, or whatever you want to call that loom, gets removed from this plastic just kind of by wiggling and pulling this up a bit. It's not incredibly easy to do one-handed, so I'll probably put the camera down to get that out. And then the next one, to get that stuff out, we've got to remove these boost solenoids, the front and rear turbo. Just unclip, not removing the whole solenoid, just removing the these little clips. Very easy to get those both off. And then we're going to flip this upside down once those come out. Once that harness is free, we'll just take this, and this clip kind of pops up, and then so do the rest of them all the way down. Now that we've got that whole plastic thing out of the way, and if you're curious, this is kind of what it looks like taken out. There's snaps on both sides, or clips, whatever you want to call them, that have to be taken out. This one here was a little difficult. Just kind of push that in the bottom there and force that up. And the rest of it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's just all clips. It's probably going to be the hardest part of the install. It's the most annoying thing. So now, next step is to slide the new coil bracket in with the coils on it. Before tightening down this bracket, I'm going to install the new coil boots on all 6 cylinders, because once you have this bolted down, this will kind of get in the way of being able to install them all. And here's where you want to put little dielectric grease on the plug ends, or a little bit on the boot before you install it. To install these, just kind of hold the wire here gently and push these down kind of until you hear a click. Make sure that this little nub is right where the factory ones are. That way they'll be nice and secure. Alright, so once you got the plugs in, or plug wires in, you can go ahead and tighten down the two 12mm bolts or E10, depending on whatever setup you've got. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and tuck these wires underneath here as best we can to get that all out of the way. Now that the wires are somewhat tucked out of the way, you can go ahead and take your adapters here, plug this end into the coil, and the adapter end into the factory coil wires. At this point, it's pretty much all ready to go. Especially once you've plugged in everything, make sure to remember to plug in your wires for your coil packs and route the wires kind of however you want to do it. This is the way I did it on this side, just to make it look a little better with no exposed wiring going down there. Up here I had to use this loom to cover as much as I could. I'm still not a big fan of how these exposed wires kind of look in this. That looks kind of bad, so I'm going to probably wrap this up with electrical tape and maybe take care of it further in there as well. Pretty much only one step left to go. That would be to start the car. Now if you're running over 500 or 600 wheel horsepower, you're probably going to want to check the option in MHD that you have Precision Raceworks coils, because that's you're going to get the full benefit out of them. However, PR recommends if you're not at that power level, and I'm not, I'm on stock turbos and 93 fueling, you can leave that box unchecked and run it as is, and you'll still get better benefits than what you would with your stock coils. So let's go ahead and start it up and see if it works. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Well, I'd say that's pretty smooth idle. Yep, idling pretty smoothly, I'd say. Running nice and clean. Not the engine bay though, it's very dirty. I'm gonna let it warm up and then go for a drive. So far it seems to be running pretty good. But that's gonna be it for this video, so thanks for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend if you found it helpful. Make sure to hit the like button, and as always, remember to keep it foul.